Okay guys, I'm just going to let you know how I go about cleaning coolant tanks on the cars I've got here. So the easiest one to do would be this yellow MGF, and it's the cleaner of the two, and it's only got a bit of scum on top, but I'll tell you how I go about cleaning that, and you might be able to cross-reference to a previous video. The difficult one's going to be this Corvette, and it's got a really cruddy looking coolant tank, which I would say has not been cleaned for at least 25 years, and also it's discoloured. Now I'm going to tell you what I actually did to try to get rid of this discoloration on the tank itself, and it might save you a lot of trouble later on, because there's a lot of misleading information here on YouTube, and I'm going to tell you the facts, what you can expect, and we'll go from there. So what we'll do now is get into this clip, and we'll start on the MGF one first. Anyway, first off, regardless of a coolant tank, you're going to either have to pull it from the car itself, so that shouldn't be all that difficult. And in this case here, you'll notice I've got a couple of close-up photos of that scum build-up on top of the tank, and you can't really look down into it to see how clear the coolant actually is. So the best idea for this one would be seal, once you pull the tank, seal off any orifice of that where the coolant can get out of. Now, you'll see now I'll bring out a container there, and it's called grease and wax remover. Now, the grease and wax remover has been so good on all these ones I've used with this mild sort of contaminants, with all this sort of stuff, it will work really well. So all you've got to do is buy a can of that or a bottle of that, put a couple 100 mils into it, put the lid or the coolant cap back on it, give it a really good shake, and you'll see that clear up real easy. If you want a little bit more into it, you know, providing it's not a coolant tank with temperature sensors and all that in it, you can put a bit of rice or anything like that in there, or coarse sand, or even little gravelly rocks, and you can shake that around, agitate it inside to shake it around a bit. But in most cases, all the ones I've done lately, the secret is definitely this grease and wax remover, and it'll clean that tank out real easy. So if you're into that stage, that's the easy part. When we get into the Corvette, that's the hard part. So in this Corvette Stingray, I've got a bit of a dirty coolant tank. So we'll see if we can zoom in and give you a bit of a look at it under there. So you can see it's fairly filthy. So I'll just show you how I go about cleaning out one of these. So first off, I've got to pull the front wheel because it's attached on the other side by 3 bolts. But after I get it out, we can have a look at this. I'll just show you what I usually use to clean them, and they come up fairly well. So we'll persevere with this and see how things go. So we've got one up there, one over here. Take out those 3 screws. Well, you could say I was a bit slow at figuring this out, duh. So anyway, what happens, this is a right-hand drive car, and it's been right-hand drive in Australia now for 25 years. So, and the car itself is 75 model, so it's 50-year-old, and it's quite possible that's the original coolant tank. Now, to get one of these tanks brand new would probably around about $200 for the States. You know, might be a little bit dearer if I buy it here. But the fact is, when you see that big indentation at the bottom, it only just bloody dawned on me that when you look it over, when they swing this to right-hand drive, they had to probably heat it somehow up, form it to shape so it would pull over the master cylinder for the brakes there. So that's why it's that odd shape there like that. So even if I went out now and bought a new one for $200, I'm going to still have to get into it and try to mould one to that shape myself, which could be a bit of a challenge because I don't know how they did it, and you could stuff it up first go. At this stage it's not leaking, so I'll just see what I can do. It looks a bit ugly, but the fact is, once it's in place there, you see nothing. Okay guys, without spinning stories, first up I'd have to say this is easily the hardest coolant bottle I've ever tried to clean in my life, and I've cleaned a few of these bottles, but nothing to this extent. Whether or not it was because the residue had been in it for so long, so we're working on the inside first, and then the coloration of the plastic second. So first off, I got me grease and wax remover, which has always worked any other time, and I put in about, I think it was around 200 or 300 mils, put it in, soaked it there for 5 minutes because I knew it was really a hard baked surface inside the container, shook it around, and come back and checked it. Absolutely nothing. Everything was sitting there like it was. So I poked a small paintbrush inside of it to see if I could get any of it loose. Nothing at all. So that idea was wiped out totally. And this grease and wax remover always works. Not even sometimes, always works. If you're enjoying this little bit of content on how to clean up a coolant tank and remove the yellowing on it, by all means give the clip a thumbs up, and if you're interested in more content, mainly on motorcycles, subscribe to the channel. Now back to this incident here. So first part was wiped out with the grease and wax remover, like I said, worked all the time. Next up I looked around and I thought, I do a bit of spray painting cars and that, so I'll try the all-purpose thinners I've got. So I whipped maybe about 100 mils in that because I didn't want to overdo it. And I put that in and I let it swish around for probably 10 minutes, come back and checked it, and once again, zero results. So I thought I'd go over to Bunnings and get some of that Boston engine degreaser. So I went over there and it was on special at $3.29 a can, so I bought 3 cans and filled it up with 1 can of that. So, because I needed more because I want to clean that motor of the Corvette down anyway. So I left it sit there for probably maybe half an hour, and I come back with a, maybe a 6-inch paintbrush, which was probably about 1/2 inch wide. Hard to believe, but it was actually starting to come off, and I thought, this is all right. So rather than shake it around, I just thought, I'll just leave it there, and I'll give it a couple of hours. And now you can see the results from the engine degreaser compared to the other crap I tried earlier. I'm virtually running on full confidence at this stage, and I'm thinking to myself, I'll get back on YouTube and find out if I can improve the appearance now of this coolant tank. And plenty of those YouTubers get on there and spruiking off about how with using hydrogen peroxide that you can get in there and sort of bring it from a really shitty, crappy colour like I've got here to virtually snow white without the dwarfs. So I thought to myself, well, I'm going to try that. So I get onto eBay and I think I'll go for the best one I can get, and I'll go for this peroxide 1 litre, and I'll go for the 12%, and you'll see it up there now. And it's 19.95, post away, no more to pay. I think it's around about 4 or 5 days later it arrives, and I think to myself, well, the weather's good. I'll follow roughly what they do and see what happens. I didn't want to be a failure, so I just went right to those YouTubers who know everything and just followed their instructions, because that's what we all do. So I tipped the hydrogen peroxide into here, put my container in, and as you'll see there's a bit of plastic on that container, and once in there I sealed it over, and it's in direct sunlight for around about 6 or so hours. So this is going well. So I let it go through the first day, and then I decided to lift the lid on it and see what's happening. Well, I was fairly pleasantly surprised because nothing happened at all. So I thought I'll give it another go. So another day passes and I'm back there checking it again, and nothing at all. So 2 days down, not even a bloody change of colour. It's as dirty as what it was when it started. And this has been the bee's knees of what they all tell you. That's why you go there and watch them. I go there and watch them. And between us, well, I don't know, I think we were practicing Stevie Wonder tricks, because I didn't notice nothing at all when I was there looking. So that was all right. I thought, bugger it. What I'll do, I'll go then and I'll put in 1 litre of bleach. So I went into the laundry there, brought out a litre of bleach, put it in there, and look at this mess I've got in now. It's like, I don't know, it looks like it's sort of a snowstorm or something what you'd expect in the Alps of New Zealand. Don't know, could be right, could be wrong, never been to New Zealand. But I have seen snow, and it was just like a towering inferno in there. So I put it in, I thought, geez, I'll get results this time. And once again, it was there roughly, I think it was 30 hours. I come back there today, and this is why I'm making this clip, is all this crap what those YouTubers tell you and stuff like that, in most cases, you can't even believe what they tell you. This bloody thing was the same condition when I put it in as when I pulled it out. No improvement whatsoever. But what I can tell you is, if you're going to be lured in by this crap, stay well clear of it, because that hydrogen peroxide, it should have at least done something. I reckon I could have bloody sanded the colour out with sandpaper if that was the case, and I would have saved myself hours and hours. $20 a bottle for the peroxide. I forget how much the litre of bleach was, but overall, you get there and they show you, you come along and see the thumbnail and you see a really dirty looking old bottle, and then you see a super clean one. Well, we all know now why it's super clean, because he went and bought a brand new one and put it next to it, and he's laughing at them dickheads that come along and click on his link and say, oh yeah, you'll go out and buy it. Well, because of their crap, it cost me about $30 to do this, so I feel an outright bloody loser. So I decided then I'd put this together. Now, there's only one way for me to get a new one, or a good one, and that would be fork out the $200 and get a nice white one and then pulverise it and reshape it. But apart from that, I hope you have learnt something from this, and that's not watch my clips. That would be to next time, if you see something like this, you can say you saw it on Ride with Warrior, who doesn't tell any crap, tells us he sees it, that you've seen this happen, and believe me, it does not work at all. So sometimes a fool and his peroxide are soon parted, and this one went really down the gurgler, and it's just hard to believe. Not, if you rated it out of 10, how did it go? Come on, Warrior, give it 1 or 2. I'm giving it an outright bloody 0. I feel a total loser for this, but, that's what it is. I was sort of curious, would it work? And I suppose even if it did work, well, it still was a bloody failure because the bottle's not that much good anyway. But the fact is, what I did inside the cleaning of the bottle worked extremely well. So if you've learnt something from this one can always clean the inside of something, but it's very hard if you've got a dirty surface. And I think a lot of those YouTubers that get there and put this up, they are really surface dirt. So apart from that, that's about the best I can do, and cheers for now.